Very good morning all of you. We are continuing the chapter bar graph. See question number 15. Look at the bar graph given below. You can see a bar graph is given here. Let's see this graph is about what thing. See the x-axis given here. OX. X-axis. In x-axis subjects are written over here. And in y-axis, this OY you can see. Y-axis marks are written. See, starting from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. up to 80 is given. Now, here which all subjects are given? English, Hindi, Mathematics, Social Science and Science. See, English mark is given. Na? Hindi mark is given. Mathematics, how much mark is obtained is given. Is it? So now we are going to answer some of the questions. Read it carefully and answer the following questions. First question. What information does the bar graph give? The bar graph gives the marks obtained by some subjects. Marks obtained in 5 subjects of a student. Second question. In which subject is the student very good? See, which subject is easy for that student? Listen, which rectangle is having more height? Which is having this mathematics? Is it? So this student is more good in mathematics. Third question. In which subject is he poor? That is, poor means in which subject he is having less mark? Which rectangle is having small height? Yeah, Hindi. Is it? So in Hindi he is having poor mark. Next one. What is the average of this marks? Average. We have to find what is the average of this mark. Before that we can see in each subject how much marks he obtained. In English how much marks? 60 marks. Hindi, so it is coming in between 30 and 40. So Hindi he got 35 marks. Then mathematics. Mathematics is also coming between 70 and 80. So 75 marks. Social science. Social science is 50 mark. Science 60 mark. So we can add all these marks and then total subject is 5. So divided by 5 will give the average. Average is equal to 60 plus 35 plus 75 plus 50 plus 60. All divided by number of subject is 5. So divided by 5. The sum of these marks is equal to 280 divided by 5, which is equal to 56. Therefore, the average mark obtained by the student is equal to 56 marks. See question number 19. On a particular day in a school, the attendance in each of the classes from 6 to 10 has been recorded as under. Class 6, you can see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second one is total number of students. The number of students are also given 95, 90, 82 like that. Number of students present on that particular day, that is 92, 85, 78, 69, 62 like that. And we have to draw a double bar graph. Here you can see 2 informations are given about a particular class. About a particular class, what is the total number of students and how many number of students are present on that day, is it? So with the same class, you can see 2 informations are given. Now we are going to draw a double bar graph. So for 2 information, we have to make 2 bar graphs. No? So we are not going to separate 2 bar graphs. Within a single bar graph, we are going to represent both of this information. Let's see. First we are drawing an x-axis and a y-axis. Here I am drawing the x-axis. This is our x-axis. Now we can draw y-axis. See, here we have to mark 0, here x. Similarly, y-axis also is. Now, in x-axis, which information we have to mark? Both of these informations are regarding with the classes. So, these classes we are going to mark on x-axis and the number of students we are going to mark on y-axis. So, the first class, leave this first space and here we are marking class 6. Okay. Again leave one space, class 7. Leave one space, class 8. class 9 and class 10. Now you see we are going to mark on y-axis on which scale we have to take. What about the informations? See 95, 90, 82. See, we have to take 10 divisions. Na? So 0 to 10, 10 to 20 like that. So let's mark that also. Here 10. So from here, from this thick green line to next thick green line, you can see 10 small divisions are there. So here I am marking 10. Here 20. Now 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100 also marking. Okay. First we can mark the total number of students in each class. In class 6, the total number of students is 95. Where is this 95? See, here it is 90 and between the middle one of 100 and 90 is our 95. So, this is our 95. And one thing, I'm not going to take the full width of this class 6. I'm taking only the half. So the half is for the first information, another half is for the another information. So this half only I am marking now for representing the total number of students. See, only half portion I have taken. This is the total number of students in class 6. Okay. Now the number of students present in class 6. Number of students present is 92. There is 92. Here this one is 90. So the two small divisions just above that. So here only this is 92. That also you mark it. You can see that two bar graphs are there just above this class 6. First one is representing the total number of students. Second one is representing number of students present on that day. So how to differentiate these two? For differentiating that, we can give a different shade for this bar graphs. Okay, the shaded one representing number of students present on that day, and the rectangle without any shading is representing the total number of students in that particular class. Like this, we can do the next of them. In class 7, total 90 students are there. See, this is our 90. We can, okay. And the number of students present in class 7 is 85. So 85 is the middle of 90 and 80. This one. This is 85. Okay. So that also we are drawing. The second one we are shading. Clear. This is the completed double bar graph. Here x-axis classes are written and y-axis number of students are there. The blank rectangle showing total number of students and shaded rectangles are showing number of students present on that particular day. And the same thing we have to mark in our bar graph also what this blank rectangle and the shaded rectangles are showing. Total number of students is blank, number of students present is shaded rectangle. Now we can answer some questions related with this bar graph. First question is, which bar graph is having maximum number of students? Okay. Which class is having maximum number of students? Class 6. 95 students are there. So class 6 is having maximum number of students. Second question, find the ratio of students present to the total number of students in class 7. You listen, the number of students present in class 7 is 85 and total number of students present in total number of students in class 7 is 90. So ratio of 85 and 90 we have to find. Question number 2. The ratio of 85 is to 90 we have to find. That is 85 by 90. Both of the numbers we can cancel by 5. Is it? So 1, 7 will come here and here 1, 8. So our required ratio is equal to 17 is to 18. Question is asking, what percent of class 9 students were absent? In class 9, 75 is the total number of students. Number of students present is 69. We have to find the percent of students absent. So first of all, we can find how many students are absent. That is 75 minus 69. 75 minus 69 is equal to 6. So 6 students are absent. Now we can find the percentage of absentees. That is 6 divided by total is 75. 75 into 100. 75 and 100 we can cancel by 25. 3 will come, here 4 will come. Now 6 and 3 also you can cancel by 3 itself. Here 2 will come. Then 4 into 2 is equal to 8. Therefore 8% is the number of students absent.